Hey everyone, it's Samantha. From shedding those extra pounds to getting up close and personal with a magical rock. Here are some amazing facts about kissing.
Number 11. Origin. Many people believe that kissing is innate, and we naturally do it without any social influence.
However, this is often debated because many people and cultures don't engage in the activity.
So a lot of people believe modern kissing is the result of something called kiss feeding. This is a nice way of saying pre-chewing or pre-mastication, and it is the term for chewing food to feed someone or something that can't grind down the food itself. Kiss feeding is usually done by a mother or close relative to create baby food that the child can process while weaning. The food that's transferred from the mother's mouth to the baby's is called bolus. Pre-chewing isn't something most of us see on a regular basis, if at all, but some modern cultures still practice it. Desmond Morris wrote in his book, Man Watching, if young lovers exploring each other's mouths with their tongues feel the ancient comfort of parental mouth feeding, this may help them to increase their mutual trust and thereby their pair bonding. It's also possible that kissing was evolved from grooming behavior. Plus, primates use the gesture to bond with one another in a manner that isn't intimate at all. Our closest relatives regarding genetics are bonobo apes, which kiss each other for socialization purposes and comfort. Number 10. Philematology. The study or science of kissing is known as philematology, and a 2016 Smithsonian article on the subject proposes other reasons that humans are likely to smooch each other. It reads, at its most basic, kissing is a mating behavior, encoded in our genes. Apparently, kissing is most likely the combination of a psychological attraction and desire to mate with another person, and women are more likely to be judgmental about their first peck with somebody. A research at Oxford University stated, I would hazard a guess that if someone thinks someone is a bad kisser, it's because their smell wasn't right, adding that women need to be more choosy when finding a mate because they face more consequences than men do after making a poor decision. Number 9. Prolonged life. Not only is it fun, but kissing can also help you live a longer life.
First of all, it relieves stress, something I'm sure we're all familiar with and probably experience on a nearly daily basis.
When you have your mouth somewhat open, it allows your jaw to relax. This calmness translates to the rest of your body, enabling you to let go of the built-up tensity. Plus, kissing forces you to take deeper breaths, which triggers relaxation as well. This could easily be one of the reasons that regular smooching equals a longer lifespan. But what are the other explanations? There might not be a direct correlation between kissing and longevity. However, there are many reasons besides stress reduction that suggest this mouth-to-mouth gesture adds years to your life. Another argument is that kissing reduces blood pressure and helps with headaches and cramps by dilating your blood vessels. It can also help fight cavities because the production of saliva increases during kissing, which assists in diminishing plaque. This intimate activity also releases serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine, which make you feel happy. One study done by German physicians and psychologists suggested that kissing your partner before heading off to work in the morning is the key to a long life. Dr. Arthur Sasbo concluded that men who kissed their wives had a lesser chance of getting into a car accident, made more money, and lived approximately 5 years longer than guys who didn't. He stated, the kissers begin the day with a positive attitude, and it is believed that those who do not experience it, whatever be the reason, go out of the house with a lack of confidence.
By the way, please hit the subscribe button, it really helps us out. Okay, now back to the video.
Number 8. Smooching muscles. You probably don't think of it this way since kissing is very enjoyable for most people, but it's quite the workout. The primary muscle in charge of this activity is called the orbicularis, oris, which circles your mouth. It's imperative while speaking and puckering your lips. Plus, most people tilt their heads to the right when they smooch each other, which is thought to have originated in the womb. Although we weren't kissing each other as fetuses, we generally do it now to avoid smacking noses together and completely ruining the mood. So the muscles in the neck and shoulders are also used while engaging in the kiss. The rest of your face has to work pretty hard too. Apparently, this activity takes a total of 112 postural and 34 facial muscles. Plus, the tongue is used in French kissing, which is also known as cataglottism. Just a fun fact of the day. Sounds romantic, doesn't it? Number 7. Laws against kissing. We've come a long way as a society for the most part, but there are some strange laws about kissing and other romantic acts lingering around the United States.
For instance, Colorado has a law that says it's illegal to kiss a woman when she's sleeping.
I think we can all guess why this one was created, but it's probably about time to lift it. People aren't following the rule at this point. Plus, a man might want to give his wife a smooch on the cheek when she looks cute and cozy all wrapped up in a blanket. Another state that prohibits a specific type of kissing is Illinois. In this Midwestern state, it's illegal to smooch or nuzzle a reptile. This might seem strange, but lizards, snakes, and turtles carry salmonella, so you could get quite sick after kissing one. Sorry, bearded dragon lovers. Now let's take a little trip over to Indiana. If you live here, then you'd probably refrain from growing a mustache if you plan on kissing anybody on a regular basis. Apparently, they're not okay with your facial hair tickling somebody else's upper lip. Another state with a bizarre kissing law is New Jersey, where you could be arrested and thrown in the slammer if you're making out inside your car and accidentally honk the horn. Number 6. 2 weeks. Throughout your lifetime, you'll probably spend a seemingly significant amount of time kissing the people or person that you love. It makes us feel good, helps us live longer, and let's face it, it's just fun. But you probably wouldn't have guessed that you'll spend about a total of 2 weeks smooching that special someone. That's right, 2 entire weeks. That equals 336 hours or 20,160 minutes. This might seem like an awful long time to spend locking lips with somebody, but spread out over an entire lifespan, it really isn't that crazy. Number 5, immunity. Another reason to start puckering up is that kissing can actually help boost your immune system. According to Time, a 10-second French kiss can spread 80 million bacteria between mouths. That's a whole lot of germs. They reported that a professor and scientist, Remco Kort of the Netherlands Organization for Applied Scientific Research, conducted an experiment in which he asked couples who were visiting a zoo if they'd participate in a French kissing study.
21 of the pairs agreed, and their tongues were swabbed before and after the intimate kiss. Afterwards, they discovered that the lovebirds had similar bacteria.
Kort stated, apparently being with somebody for an extended amount of time and having a relationship leads to a similar collection of bacteria on the tongue. To double-check the experiment, the couples also had to drink a probiotic yogurt, wait, and then kiss their significant other again. They found that the bacteria from the yogurt was transferred as well as 80 million other bacteria. The researchers also discovered via some questionnaires that the more partners kiss each other, the more alike their bacteria is. Kort added, there are a number of studies that show if the diversity in bacteria increases, more different types of species, this is a good thing. It means that kissing might also act as a form of immunization. Of course, the types of kissing affect the number of germs you spread. Number 4, calories. Is there anything that kissing doesn't help you with? Not only can puckering up with your partner relieve stress, boost immunity, and work those pesky facial muscles, but it can also help you lose weight.
It isn't the small peck, hello, and goodbye that helps you get rid of those love handles. A passionate, involved kiss is what does the trick.
So why not have some fun while you burn those extra calories? The first step is to get into it. Be excited. Besides, nobody enjoys a boring kisser. Next step, stand up or move around. This kind of goes along with be excited. If you're just sitting there not moving and acting like some sort of duck-lipped statue, then your partner is probably going to be disinterested, and you're not going to burn up any extra energy. Apparently, if you find yourself breathless during your makeout session, then you're burning more calories as well. Various websites note that a smooch mixed with caressing can burn from 90 to 120 calories per hour, or 1.5 to 2 per minute. Number 3, Blarney Stone. One of the most famous places in the world that revolves around kissing is the Blarney Stone in Ireland.
It is a legendary rock that is said to have mystical properties. Specifically, it is the gift of the gab on the person kissing it.
Meaning they will walk away with the skills of flattery and eloquence. Numerous people have performed the ritual, and the Blarney Castle website notes, for over 200 years, world statesmen, literary giants, and legends of the silver screen have joined the millions of pilgrims climbing the steps to kiss the Blarney Stone. The act requires the visitor to be held and lowered over the parapet head first, where they will see the stone set in the wall. The person must lean backward while holding on to the railing to kiss it. This tradition has been around for many centuries, and nobody knows exactly how it originated. Some believe that the stone was brought to Ireland during the Crusades, and others think it was gifted by Robert the Bruce, who was King of Scots in the early 1300s, to the King of Munster, after he sent men to help defeat the English at the 1314 Battle of Bannockburn. Whatever the case, one thing is certain, 400,000 tourists kiss the Blarney Stone every year. Because of this, there are many websites and people that believe it is one of the Earth's most germ-ridden places. However, others disagree. Sir Charles Colthurst, the owner of Blarney Castle, stated to the Irish Times, "To my knowledge, no one has ever caught anything from kissing the stone. I had an esteemed expert clarify that you cannot catch disease from kissing the stone." So, who knows? Despite the hundreds of thousands of people who touch their lips to the stone each year, it might not be such a bad idea to kiss it after all. Number 2, anti-kissing.
Although many of us probably can't think of a life without kissing the person we love, there are actually places and cultures where kissing just doesn't happen.
At least not romantically. According to a 2015 article by Daily Mail, previous statements noting that 90% of cultures smooch each other to get in the mood are incorrect. They said that newer research suggests that less than half of all societies use kissing to express desire, and some even find the act repulsive. The study reportedly pointed out that only 46% of 168 cultures from around the world pucker up intimately. They further note that 15 out of 33 cultures studied in North America didn't practice romantic kissing. The study, published in American Anthropologist, allegedly read, "No ethnographer working with sub-Saharan African or Amazonian foragers or horticulturalists reported having witnessed any occasion in which their study populations engaged in a romantic kiss." It further stated, "We suspect that perhaps Western ethnocentrism may be driving the common misconception that romantic kissing is near universal." Apparently, these researchers believe that there is a direct relationship between the presence of kissing and the level of stratification within a society. With kissing present most frequently in complex societies, so kissing might not be innate or even common for that matter. Number 1, longest kiss. Although the majority of us like kissing our partners, I think we can all agree that a smooch lasting over about a minute is a bit much. I mean, you need to catch your breath, right? But like everything else in the world, some people have gone to extreme lengths to achieve the longest kiss ever recorded. According to the Guinness World Records website, the longest peck lasted a whopping 58 hours, 35 minutes, and 58 seconds. How are these two still alive? The people who achieve this are Ekachai and Laksana from Thailand. They beat 9 other couples in a competition organized by Ripley's Believe It or Not. Can you say wowzers?
Today's featured comment comes from Prep For It for a Top Celeb Breakups of 2018 video. Thanks for the comment, Prep For It. Don't forget to leave your thoughts below and we might feature you in a future video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.